So first of all, thank you for your time today, man. It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Good to see
you. Really appreciate not just today, but all you've done for us.
Wow.
I'll let you introduce yourself and your background and under this amazing site. So
well, I'm James Snyder. I'm senior counsel with a law firm called Klinedinst, and my background is I'm a transactional lawyer. I'm not the kind of lawyer that goes into a courtroom every day. And what that means is, I help businesses essentially do business. Primarily, it's software startups have kind of been my sweet spot throughout my career. And I'm in a law firm now, but the majority of my career I was actually in-house general counsel for various software startup companies in the Bay Area. The last one of which, the major one, near and dear in your industry, it was GT Nexus.
Right.
So I was with GT Nexus for the last few years, and then ultimately the company was sold off to Infor, and so.
Well, so the relationship that James and I have, he represents us, and we believe that we're fairly forward in our innovation and technology that we invest in and apply. So James has been a godsend to us and has represented us in several of those transactions. So not just, again, thank you for now, but thank you for that as well. Based on the work that you did for us, and we again really appreciate it, why don't you tell the audience some of the things that they should be looking out for when investing in technology?
I think in general, in making an investment in a startup, just to start with, particularly a technology startup, you really have to, one, you have to go out the gate that you're not going to get return on investment overnight. So you just got to be prepared to have some patience with the process. I think there are some ways to take a look at companies when doing your diligence to sort of do your best to kind of make sure you're going to get an ROI and reduce some of your risks. And so in the technology spectrum, particularly in software, I think some of those things that are really important to look at is the actual software itself. Is it open source? Is it proprietary? And what that means is, have the founders developed it all by themselves? Are they licensing certain software applications from third parties? Those are some things I think that, when you're looking at the investment itself, those are sort of telltale signs, I think, to look at.
What about as it relates to technology in the 3PL world? Example being Mercado, which is, we were an early investor in that app.
The things I would look for is whether or not the founders themselves, what sort of reputation they have. Do they have a track record in the industry of success? And that might not be from a technology standpoint specifically. It might also be from a relational standpoint. Who do they know, and how well are they regarded?
One of the reasons why we made that investment was not necessarily to create or to thrive on a valuation that went to $100 million and we live on that. It was really about making the investment and then being able to use the technology for our customers and for our internal operations.
Sure.
And I truly feel that was in retrospect, that was the reason why we do all these things.
Sure. I think there are two different types of investors generally, right? You've got the venture type firms that are out trying to get a return on investment. They've got a portfolio, and then you find what I would call, in this case, a strategic investment. So in this case, it's within the industry. It has potential technological capabilities that help you run your company and also help you sell your own business, and that becomes a win-win. And I think that from a partnership standpoint as well, you can get a return on your investment before there's an actual liquidity event. So that makes a lot of sense as well.
Okay, which leads us to this question. This is the mystery. The mystery of mysteries has always been for me. The valuation of a company, a third-party logistics company, freight forwarding company, a retail store, a coffee shop, as opposed to a technology company.
Sure.
One is often based on a multiple EBITDA, and the technology is different.
To me, in terms of how do you value technology, well, I think really the only real way to do it is to understand the actual marketplace. And that's why I said, is there competition? And if there's not, it becomes a little more challenging. I think that actually to benefit an investor in terms of keeping the valuation lower. But it just, every case is a little different.
How important is it, do you believe, especially in our industry, to have actual industry people? Software touches all aspects. it touches the retail market, touches the supplier base in Asia or in Latin America or anywhere, and it touches the 3PL world, it touches the transportation providers.
I think it's critical to understand, to have a history with customers and partners and the rest of it to, obviously when you go to market. I think it's really important to have folks that really have a good understanding of an industry with respect to building out technology in the sense of, are we solving a problem?
Right.
And I don't think you can do that if you don't have any experience and know-how in the industry.
Sure.
Right? And if you're not solving a problem, then you don't have a product that is going to sell.
First, I wanted to say, again, thank you for not only being a friend, being a confidant, but also protecting our investment.
Well, thank you for trusting myself and Klinedinst, and I look forward to many more years working with you. And
appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
We brought something for you, and just as a thank you, there's a
thank
nice
you very
bottle of
much.
wine for yourself
Very
to enjoy.
nice.
It.
Wonderful.
Your bottle number 4, by the way.
Really?
Of 250. So
fantastic.
That's how much
Thank
you
you.
mean to us. Not number 1, but number 4.
Not quite, but I'm close.
Thank you.
Maybe I can climb the ladder.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.